Hey guys and gals. Today we're going to unbox the Force1 F100 Ghost brushless drone that I got from Force1 from a giveaway thingy they had on Facebook. So you'll probably see some of these videos before. We're going to try to give you a little more information than most do, although in all honesty I've never owned a drone before, never flown one, so when we watch the drone flight video you will see me fumble my way through it. But anyway, so this is the box, cool little box, which is actually going to work as your case because there is currently no case available for this. USA Toys said they are working on one, but there's no ETA on when that'll be available. I'm sure you can probably figure out one and make one yourself if you wanted to. But anyway, let's get to it. What do we have? Instruction manuals, very important. Please read these before you take your drone out. We're upside down. Alright, so since we're upside down, we're going to go ahead and pull the controller out. We'll come back to this in just a minute. Alright, so there it is. So right off the bat, we have a USB drive, little generic one. Basically what this does is when you pop it in your computer, it's going to open a web page that'll take you to your free crash kit, which is actually sold out at the moment and not available. So good luck with that if you do. Now, I was supposed to get the version with the camera, extra battery, and skins, but it looks like I might have got the older version of the drone, possibly, or something to that effect. Anyway, so we have one battery here. It is the 2-cell 7.4 volt 1800 mAh battery, and it's got the two connectors. One you will connect to the drone itself when you're flying, and the other one you will use for charging. We have the wall plug for the charger, and that is what this little dude is. It'll plug it into the wall, plug it into the battery, you get it. Make sure you read this before you go using it and being confused by the lights, because it says that when it is fully charged, the charge light will be on green, solid, and other than that, there's some other nifty little things to do. We have one full set of props, an extra set of props, set of prop guards, which we will probably be using, extended landing gear. The thing with the extended landing gear, it also has screws that come with it. You will need to use those to attach it to the drone. On the prop guards, you get a couple extra screws, but you're actually going to use the screws that are holding the motors in when you put these on. This is the camera mount, and interesting, there is like a little piece of loose foam in there, but anyway, you also get a nifty little toolkit. It's got your screwdriver, a couple extra screws, the motor holder for when you spin the props on, and some other little doodads in there. And we have the drone itself. Sorry. All right. So we have the Force1 F100 Ghost drone. Interesting, interesting, interesting. So it does have, this is not a camera, it is a light, LED light, very bright LED light from what I've seen on the videos. Brushless motors, which are pretty awesome. Battery bay. Landing gear. It also has LED lights on the arms, 2 white, 2 blue for direction. And they also flash and correspondence with different settings and things that need to be aware of by reading the manual. Let's see. I kind of got stuff all over the place, don't I? Apologies. Not a very good unboxing. Props, extra props, toolkit, battery, all that good stuff is there. Now it says on the Amazon questions and answers, where USA Toys answers some of the people's questions, somebody asked how much can it carry, and they replied 7 ounces. So 7 ounces is what exactly? That's what I wanted to figure out, and so we have some math for you. We weighed different things. That's why some of these bags are open. You caught me. Yeah, I noticed. I didn't cut any tape when we did the unboxing either, so yeah, you got me. I've already opened this and did some weighing. Each prop is 4 grams. Each landing gear leg was 9 grams. Each prop guard was 9.5 grams. And the camera mount was 30 grams. So we have a total, hold on, math, do the math. 4 grams times 4, 16, 9 times 4, 36, plus add 2 grams for the screws for the landing gear. We've got camera mount is 30 grams, prop guards are 9.5 grams, but you're already using screws, so that's only 38 grams. So fully kitted, we've got 120 grams that's going to go on this drone. Now 120 grams is also known as 4 1/4 ounces. So that would leave us with, 2 3/4 ounces of towable capacity, which doesn't really make sense because the camera mount is compatible for a GoPro 3 or 4, and the GoPro 4 Hero Black is 3.1 ounces with battery and SD card. So I've seen videos with somebody using one of those, and it flew around and flipped and did everything just fine. So I'm not sure. Maybe that 7 ounces is on top of the fully kitted drone itself, or maybe you just lose a little bit in battery and lift, which shouldn't be a problem because this thing is pretty nifty. If you are getting this or thinking about getting this for aerial photography or videography, I would tell you probably not to. You're not going to get very good video or probably even pictures. It's very shaky, and there is also no gimbal. Now, if you want to get creative and drop some more money into it, you can actually get the Wakera G2D brushless gimbal and make it work for this with a little modification. There's actually a video and a website out there. I'll link in the comments below if you want to check that out. As far as upgrades, if you go looking for upgrades for the F100, you're not going to find much online. I dug pretty deep and didn't find too much. But if you search for Bugs 3, the MJX version of the drone, which is basically the same thing except for the actual stylized look of it, you will find some things. Most being, if you do want to try to use this for like aerial videography or photography, and you're going to do the whole Wakera gimbal setup, you might also want to think about getting tri-blade props for it. And I know that Dow Props has those. They are the TJ6045 props, and I will also leave a link for that below as well. What else do we have here? There is no headless mode. There's no GPS, so there's no return to home. There's no altitude hold. I noticed some videos out there said there was. Not on this. Not on the F100. You'd have to go up a step on the Bugs version. I think the Force 1 actually has some too. The F200 Shadow. And there may be another... I think there is a version of this with actual altitude hold and GPS, but it's not going to be for the $180 range drone that this one is. Says the range of this drone is 300 meters. And if you're wondering what a meter is, it's pretty much a yard and a tenth. So 328 yards is about 300 meters. With something like this, you don't really have FPV, so you're probably not gonna try to go very further than that anyway, I hope. So on the Force 100, you are not required to register it with FAA. It is, the website says it's 3.1 ounce drone, but I don't think so. I'm thinking it's a little heavier because my scale goes to 4 ounces. That's exactly what one of these batteries weighs, and the drone topped out pretty quickly. And so I have actually no idea what the drone weighs, but I'm guaranteeing it's not 3.1 ounces. All right. Flight times. Now, USA Toys said that you can get, with just the drone itself, throwing the props and the battery in it and taking off, they said you can get 30 minutes of flight time. They say if you add the full kit to it, which is the prop guards and the camera, as well as the camera mount, then you're only going to get about 15. Everything that I saw online, videos and such, as well as reviews, people were getting between 12 and 15, actually, I take that back, 12 and 20 minutes of flight time depending on the setup that they had. So you want to be cautious of what you're doing and know that when your controller alerts you that your drone's battery is low, you need to land. They do seem pretty durable. I've seen people crashing them and not having any issues. Other people crash them and break an arm off. So, you know, just be kind of careful. The transmitter, actually, I probably called it a remote control earlier, didn't I? I'm sorry if that offended you. Actually, I'm not. But anyway, the transmitter takes 4 AA batteries. It's very plasticky and not overly... Oh! Now I know what's in here. They're the extensions for the remote control, which is kind of cool because this way, when you're carrying it or putting it in a bag somewhere, you don't have to worry about them getting messed up. But anyhow, power on, trim controls. You read the manual to figure out the trim. The trim is basically when you take off, if it like goes to the left, then you want to hit the trim on the right and try to counteract that and get it to where it'll lift off evenly. As I said, I've never flown a drone, so I don't know. But I do know that throttle up, throttle down, yaw left, yaw right. You see it does actually come back on the yaw, but not on the throttle position. On this side, we have your direction. So if you want to go forward, backwards, to the right, to the left, and it will always come back to center to hover. You have your arming and disarming button here. What does this one do? I can't remember. I read the manual online too, and I can't remember. But one of these is a flip. One of these does nothing, I believe. I think also the power... No. This button over here changes your speed. So you have low mode, high mode, long press to turn off 2 LEDs on the legs, long press to turn them back on. And I really wish I could remember what those are for, but I can't. Anyway, so that's it. That is the unboxing. Also, with the props, you will not be able to see it, and I'm not going to hold it up to the camera and try to make everybody stare at the screen while it tries to focus. But there's an A and a B marked on the props themselves, which correspond with the A and the B markings on the drone. One thing to remember is on the props, they are offsetting. So if you have an A here, you have an A here. If you have a B here, it'll be B here. So just keep that in mind when you put your props on. They just spin on. Probably seen that in another video, so we don't need to do it. But yeah, that's it for the unboxing. I hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned to watch me either crash this thing in horrific disarray or learn to fly a drone. Alright, thanks guys.